I'd like to talk about the new reformed apprenticeships. And as you can tell from my beard, I'm actually from the generation that remember the old apprenticeships. And I went through an old style engineering apprenticeship, I won't say how many years ago, but a number of years ago, which had end tests and proper training and proper employment. They worked really well. And we lost our way in the last 30 years. And what I see coming out of the reformed apprenticeships is going back to some of the good things that we had in the old apprenticeships whilst bringing them up to date. You know, we live in a different world, it's a digital world, people need new skills, but some of the good things that we had in that old apprenticeship frameworks and the old way of doing it are cast into what the government is trying to do with the levy and with the apprenticeships. And with the recent announcement, which we are fully committed to support, which is the technical qualifications, the T-levels, I think all of that reform will put us in a real good place to help us and our economy going forward in a competitive world. I think there's a lot of confusion about what's the new apprenticeship, what is end testing, what is EQA. There's a whole host of new jargon being built up, but actually it's all about getting somebody into employment, and during that first year or 2 or 3, depending on what the job is, giving them proper training, and at the end of it giving them a proper test so they know they can do what they're supposed to do, the employer knows, they get certificated, and they start off in their career. And it's no more complicated than that. We've made it complicated, I suppose that's the nature of it. But good quality training, good quality employers. I think that there's a massive challenge with this when you debug that myth, because not all employers have heard. Some of the larger employers, we've been engaged in this for 4 years now as a company. We are a charity. Half our board are employers. Been involved in it in the commitment. So the company is completely committed to making this work and work with the government to achieve that. But we are actually seeing that there's only smallish numbers of employers that understand it's coming. Some don't even know they're going to pay the levy, still, which is a bit bizarre. And I don't think the government's done enough to advertise, actually, that the levy's coming. Compared to things it's done with pension reform and other when it's been on the TV every night. This has not happened with this, and I think that's a missed trick. But the employers that have been engaged, I think, get it. I think it's how we get this out to others, and we start to shape the fact that that parents and young people see the value. When I was younger, hardly anybody went to university. People said, I want to do an apprenticeship. And I think we need to get back to some of that balance so that people who want to go down certain routes for certain jobs, to be a doctor or a lawyer, they go down the academic route of university. That's seen as the right way to progress. That's great. But for many other jobs, certainly around engineering, technology, much better to have an apprenticeship route. And we need to get parents and young people to understand that. And if we can demystify all of that, this is really going to work. So we're fully committed, and I think this will work. But we've got teething problems, and it's going to be 4 or 5 years before it all settles down. But it's the right thing to do.